Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I have a video in regards to Norwegian Cruise Line. If you are here, you're probably looking to maybe go on a cruise or just doing some research on different lines on why you should or shouldn't pick Norwegian. We recently cruised on the Norwegian Sky and we wanted to give you our full review and thoughts in regards to the booze cruise. And so if you're interested, make sure you thumbs up this video, give us a like, and subscribe to our channel, and keep on watching. It says it's gonna rain today.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go.
Okay, so to get started, we're gonna go ahead and describe a little bit about what Norwegian Cruise Line, they're kind of what they live by. It's called the freestyle cruising, and I do have to agree it is a freestyle cruising, which means by Norwegian's definition is a schedule-free cruise. So this pertains more to the dining situation. I would say dining is super important in a cruise. You want to enjoy the food you're eating and, you know, have options of different foods that you would otherwise not eat on land. And with freestyle cruising, you can go to your main dining room of choice. On the Norwegian Sky, there's two, and we always went to the same one every night because we actually fell in love with our server and we wanted to make sure she was our server every night. And you got to go at whatever time you want and request the server that you wanted. If you wanted a different server that night, you could have a different server and whatnot. And yeah, that's the freestyle portion. As far as dinner is concerned, they do have a main menu that you choose from. It is a fixed menu, and they have a section where it's kind of the same menu throughout your cruise, and then they change the menu up you know, based on whatever the menu is of that day. So you won't see the same menu twice, other than that little section, which is usually in the lower portion of your menu, that has the same type of things, like a beef, a fish, and a chicken, and a vegetarian option. I'm pretty sure there was a vegetarian option there. As far as food, my husband and I are kind of snobs when it comes to the food. We have eaten at so many different places and so many great restaurants that we really rate food on a stricter scale. Now, the presentation was always beautiful. Beautiful presentation. The taste, some things were hits, some things were misses. The desserts were lacking a little bit. I felt like they just were kind of bland and just didn't taste yummy. I wanted something decadent and yummy, and it just didn't fill that void of wanting something, you know, really, really delicious. I did have the cheesecake one night, and that was really good. It was light and airy. And I did have a steak one night, and it was cooked well. I liked my steaks medium, and it was medium. And, you know, the food just, it was just okay. It wasn't bad, but it was just okay. As far as the buffet is concerned, a typical buffet cruise food, you usually have a grilling area where they have hamburgers, hot dogs. Usually have a salad bar with different salad options, and you usually have some kind of protein, fish, french fries, things like that, easy to go foods. We ate at the buffet for breakfast one morning, and I believe lunch twice. And the food was okay. It was, you know, I'm not a fan of buffets anyways, so I kind of steer away from foods that would, you know, maybe be cross-contaminated, and I didn't want to ruin my cruise with some kind of stomach bug because I got food poisoning. So I really steer clear from things that I know are not, you know, cruise friendly when it comes to so many people in one area and germs and, yeah. Student nurse here. I'm very careful with that. So, but we did enjoy the dining room for breakfast and dinner most days. We were on a 3-night Norwegian cruise to the Bahamas and to the private island Great Stirrup Cay. And like I said, the food was okay. We did eat on the island as well, and they had a buffet style, and it was typical buffet as if you were to get on the cruise ship. Hamburger, hot dogs, French fries, coleslaw, kind of barbecue foods, things like that. We did not eat lunch on the ship when we were in the Bahamas. We actually ate in the Bahamas, Nassau. And let me tell you, that food was bomb. Absolute bomb. We had jerk chicken and jerk pork, and it was amazing. If you want more information on our experience in Nassau, let me know. Thumbs up this video, leave a comment. I can do a dedicated video about Nassau. So in regards to the ship herself, she's kind of old. She is a small ship. They have just under 1,000 crew members. It was always clean, except areas where there was heavy drinking. So this is a booze cruise. It's all inclusive, all drinks, everything. I mean, except top shelf. We'll talk about that a little bit more in depth shortly. But you know, people are on vacation. They're kind of just throwing their cups everywhere and plates, and it's just, you know, the crew did try to do the best job to keep the ship clean and always spraying with hand sanitizer and all that good stuff. Most of the bathrooms were clean except near the nightclub areas, and you can only imagine why. And yeah, this staff was very friendly and accommodating. We didn't have no issues there. So in regards to the booze, that's why you guys are here, right? You want to know about the booze. Okay, so the Norwegian Sky offers open bar for its weekend cruises. I believe they're 4-day cruises as well. So that attracted us immediately. We didn't want to have to pay for an alcohol package like you would have to on other major cruise lines like Royal Caribbean or even Disney. You have to pay for your booze package. So this was what really, you know, got us to say, okay, yes, let's give the Norwegian Sky another try. All of our booze was included except top shelf. That's fine with me. I like mixed drinks, sweet drinks, so I knew I wouldn't be able to tell if it was, you know, top shelf or not. And literally what you would do is you would go to the bar, and you wouldn't have to show them ID or your card or anything, no swiping, and just ask for what you wanted. If you wanted a Mai Tai, hey, can I get a Mai Tai? 3 seconds later, it was in your hand. You can get 2 drinks at a time. So if you are gonna go get drinks for a big group of people, just make sure there's enough people for 2 drinks at a time. And the cruise also has an option for parents allowing their 18 to 21, 18 to 20 age group children to sign off to let them drink if you authorize that. That I don't really like. I don't want my kids drinking at that age. No, just too many crazies on ships. You just don't know who you're going to run into, right? So that portion I didn't really like, but it is an option for those who have adult children that are under the age of 21, in between 18 and 20. You can give them permission as your parental rights is concerned. Like I said, it's unlimited. So what does unlimited mean? That means as many drinks as you can consume. And let me tell you, you can tell how many people were taking advantage of all you can drink. First day, someone passed out on the floor, you know? So try to drink responsibly, drink till you're happy, and then stop. That's what we did. We had a great time in doing so. Who wants to get drunk and not remember half their cruise? Not me. Okay, so what kind of drinks do they offer? Everything from mixed drinks, frozen drinks. The only thing that you can't get with your all-inclusive drink package is shots. Those are an upcharge. I think it's like $5 to $6. If I'm not mistaken, I did hear somebody order shots and they did have to pay. Martinis, mudslides. I mean, anything you can think of that's not top shelf, it's fair game. Okay, now let's talk entertainment. Entertainment was very diverse. We left out of Miami, so I did find that entertainment was more geared towards Latinos. As you know, Miami is like little Cuba. So there was lots of Latin music. There was a diverse like party music, you know, like the what is that, Cupid Shuffle, things like that. I'll go ahead and insert clips here if I remember. They had good comedy shows. We had a great comic on board. They did have your standard, you know, Broadway style shows of like 80s music to 90s music, things like that, which was top notch. The dancers were amazing, the singers were amazing. The club, you do have one club that is available on the Norwegian Sky, and that was packed every night. The only thing is that the club is kind of small and it's in the middle of the ship, so you would see kids, you know, going through the club to get to the other side of the ship, so that was the downside. But to be honest, there wasn't that many kids because it's a booze cruise. I saw maybe a handful of kids, and we didn't take our kids. I wouldn't take my kids on the Norwegian Sky booze cruise, but hey, if you want to, by all means, I'm not judging. And as far as the room and accommodations are concerned, we got an inside stateroom because we knew that we weren't going to be in our room very much. If it were a longer cruise, like a 7-night cruise on Disney or Royal Caribbean, or even the Norwegian Getaway or Breakaway, the new ships, or the Pearl, I believe that the Pearl is also a new ship. Don't quote me on that one. But I would definitely indulge in a balcony cabin, just because 7 days is a lot of days to be in a tiny little room with no window. But we were only there to sleep and to get ready and to take a shower, so we spent very minimal time in our room, which was fine by us. It was cheap. We spent more money elsewhere. So the rooms are tiny. I have many vlogs up of our experience as on the cruise, so make sure you go and check those out. I'll link them down below. I have them by day. The rooms are pretty small, so keep that in mind. Don't overpack. Just take your necessities and what you'll need, because there's no space to put it. It was just the two of us in one room. They do have inside staterooms where you can fit 3 or 4. How? I have no idea, because just the two of us was enough. It was very, very small quarters, to say the least. We did get a peek of the balcony rooms, and those were much larger. They did have like a love seat couch, and they had more 4th floor space, and of course they had the balcony, so it made it look bigger. So if you have the money to splurge on a balcony and you feel like you'll be in your rooms some time more than just getting dressed and sleeping, then by all means go ahead and book a balcony room. Okay, am I missing anything? Let me see. Dining, check. Accommodations, check. Entertainment, check. Oh, the pools. Let's talk about the pools. Surprisingly, the Norwegian Sky has 2 very large pools. The Disney Dream and Fantasy also has 2 pools, but they're small in comparison to the ship. So I was very, very surprised about the size of the pools on the Sky in comparison to larger fleets, like the Disney fleet. There weren't that many kids, so the kids pool was fairly empty, and the adult pool was very large, and it was actually fairly empty too, because most of the adults were sunbathing and it was kind of chilly, so the pool water was very cold. You also had the option of going to a quiet area for adults where they had lounge chairs, and it was like no music, it was just you in the ocean and your lounge chair. And they also have a kiddie pool in the front of the ship with a hot tub. So we saw a few kids up there, not very many. Like I said, the water was cold, and we did see a large amount of adults in the hot tubs. There are 4 hot tubs on the main deck where the main pools are, and there's 1 hot tub in the front of the ship by the kiddie pool. Anything else? Oh yes, don't forget the white party. On the Norwegian Sky, there is a white party. Make sure you take white attire. It is a good time. It's on the top deck. Live music, entertainment, dancers, and it's just so much fun. And I mean, I had a great time. I mean, can you tell that I had a great time? Regardless of the ship or regardless where I am, I'm always having a good time. I believe life is too short to pitter-patter about things that are not working in your favor. Just make it work, right? All right, let's make sure that I didn't forget anything. Oh, let's talk about the private island a little bit. Great Stirrup Cay. So once you get to Great Stirrup Cay, you have to tender off the ship. So you are assigned group numbers. You have to go to the nightclub to get your group number. I believe we were group 5. So by the time we were called, we got our number, and we went to eat breakfast, and then we were called. So it just worked out perfectly. And then we tendered from the ship to the island. Once on the island, there is plenty of seating, tons of lounge chairs. I did find that this island is very rocky. It's not the beach space in comparison to like Castaway Cay, Disney's island, is very different. Disney's island is very beach resort like, where this island is more like natural, I guess. I mean, it's very rocky. So keep that in mind. They do have beach area for children. The water was beautiful, it was clear, it was actually fairly warm for the time of year. They do have different sections on the island where you can really get away from the hustle and bustle, and it just be you and whoever you're with, and maybe a couple other people. I did see that lots of construction is going on Great Stirrup Cay. It looks like they're going to be adding zip lining. It looks like there is something going on the south end of the island. I couldn't see, it was blocked off. They do have cabanas available, but for such a short cruise, I wouldn't indulge in a cabana just because it's so expensive. But I did do a little bit of a sneak peek of a cabana, so if you're interested, there it is. I think that concludes anything. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. We had an amazing time. I mean, for the price, you know, can't beat it. Would I go on it again? Absolutely. One more thing. We did notice that the boat had a smell. So like the open deck area, you could smell, it smelled like dumpster, like bathroom stuff. So keep that in mind. I know the boat is supposed to be going into dry dock in January, February. So hopefully they'll get that issue taken care of. I mean, it didn't bother us because we knew not to visit that area of the boat, but it was very noticeable and you could smell it, especially during the muster drill. You can definitely notice the smell. But other than that, we had a great time. Truly recommend this cruise if you're looking for something quick, easy, and affordable. If you have any questions, like I said, leave them down below in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in my next video.